if the Steiners can get the gold, if Luger can retain the world title, then by tomorrow, NWO will be a thing of the past.
Maybe. Don't count them out, I'm telling you.
I'm not counting them out. I'm saying if, Brain.
I know, but if
would you quit taking their side?
I'm not, Tony, but I don't want to get too overconfident. You know, when you were a kid, you always wanted a bunch of presents under the tree, then you came home and found out your parents had moved. Well, same thing, Tony. You just can't get too overconfident.
Well, let me say this.
Wow, here they go.
I can because I'm not wrestling, okay? And I think we have a right to gloat based on how many times did they run us off the broadcast location.
Well, you're right about that.
All right, how many times did they cut
us?
us?
Switch spot. Hey, no, let me hear this now, right here. I talked about the heart and soul of the NWO. You're looking at it right here, Mr. Kevin Nash. You make no mistake about it. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Athletic ability, not matched by many or by any, if that is true. Bottom line, though, these guys now hold the key to what happened with Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
You're right.
I tell you, and what happened with the world heavyweight champion, Lex Luger. You're 100% right about that. If they lose this match, if they lose the championship, Hogan's got the same thing, and he's in deep Sturgis trouble.
And who has been assigned this matchup?
Nick Patrick, formerly of the NWO.
And speaking of formerly of the NWO, when the Steiners make their way out, they're going to be flanked by a man who was a big part of the surge of the NWO, the appearance of the NWO, the building process, the money man of the NWO at one time. We are talking about Ted DiBiase.
And now he's seen the light.
Thank goodness.
For what?
He's seeing the light. I mean, he has a lot of knowledge in this sport and a lot of money.
Well, he does have a lot of knowledge. A man's a second generation also, and he's no dummy. He's been through the wars. He knows what to do. And with him in your corner, guiding the Steiners, with their ability, their strength, you know, they have trouble keeping focus sometimes, but I'll tell you, with DiBiase in their corner, there could be a major upset tonight. If you want to call it a major upset.
There, the sun,
go either way.
There, the sun is setting. You see the orange, yellow up against the part of Sturgis here, and
the sun may be setting on the NWO.
Yes, sir. How about that one? Good job there, Brain.
What a shot, guys. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's good, Brain. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. No.
You guys start hugging. I'm taking a low road here. All right.
You what? Here he comes. That's the man right there. Traditionalist from the background. Finally found out. Remember what brought him to the name.
The Sharon Stone.
Hold on. But he's out. Where's these men?
Yeah, here they come.
Oh, boy. You saw that the Steiners were on their motorcycles all the way from Detroit, all the way across the upper Midwest, right here to Sturgis.
Wow.
And they bring those bikes all the way into the ring.
And they look ready, don't they? They can't wait to get to the ring. They didn't walk to the ring. They didn't run to the ring. Look at this shot. They drove. They drove their motorcycles as fast as they could to the ring. They are ready, and Hall and Nash stand there in awe and watch the Steiners climb through the ropes. They know they've got a fight on their hands. They've got a fight not only for themselves, but for the NWO, because if they lose this one, Hollywood Hulk Hogan's knees will be a knocking.
Great shots tonight from our crew working here tonight. And high up above,
shots.
You're not kidding. It's great being a part of World Championship Wrestling. And you know how things change. I think back when we were in Des Moines, Iowa. The Steiners had just won the World Tag Team Championship, defeating the Outsiders. Snow on the ground. What was it, like 20 degrees below
38
zero?
below.
30, that's good enough for me. 38 degrees below zero, and Eric Bischoff in the midst of his power at that time, taking the belts away from the Steiners, finding the Steiners, and firing Randy Anderson. Now we're out in a beautiful day here at Sturgis in the summertime at the Great Sturgis Rally. They still don't have the belts. Eric Bischoff's not in power, but they got a chance now to redeem all of that here tonight.
Okay, here we go, guys. You got a match up here with Scott Hall and Scott Steiner right here. Okay, always Scott Steiner seems to start these things, but Scott Hall is a good matchup for him. I believe Scott Steiner can overpower me and get him in a situation now to where the Mad Dog, the baddest dog in the pound, can come in there and do some heavy damage. I'm talking about the Steiners. DiBiase had to go ahead and lay this thing out for him. I'm telling you, if he's right, DiBiase, if he can be trusted, if he's right, he'll have these guys wearing the gold around their waist.
Just loosened the tusk there on Scott Hall.
I think he did, and you looked in the eyes of Scott Steiner. He is always focused. He never changes at all. He approaches every match the same, and I think that's one of the hallmarks of the success of the Steiners. It doesn't matter to Scott or Rick if it's Chono and Muta, or it's the outsiders. They're going to approach the match the same way to win. Underhook, up and down, back body drop. And Scott Hall in.
Show that ability, Tony, we've talked about.
You know, we talked about so much, Dream, about, and Brandon, what you get in on this, about the power, the rise of power of the New World Order. They rose to power not only because of political maneuvering and financial backing, but because they had and have great athletes. You can't succeed in a game without the players. They've had the players, that's why they've had the power.
Without a doubt.
You talk about not liking Scott Hall or not liking Kevin Nash, but I mean, look at him. Look what Nash did right there. He's just the one.
Oh, yeah. That's a Mad Dog now.
They're all barking here at Sturgis now when the dog-faced gremlin came in. Now remember, Scott Steiner and Scott Hall are still the legal men, but the outsiders are right now
outside. Yeah, the outside. They took a powder. They took a powder.
And Scott Hall is sitting on his butt on the floor there. He's not sure where he's at. He's shaking his teeth. He's trying to get them all back into his mouth, get his nose back in line.
One thing the outsiders like to do as members of the Wolfpack, they like to show you up. They like to make fun of tradition.
Well, they better be steady in their mind right here tonight of what they're doing, or they're going to be on the other end of maybe like 4-1 as we enter this thing tonight, getting ready.
Here we go.
The Hogan matchup.
He has sent the dog out to do some biting.
Yeah, see, that's the plan.
He sicked him on him.
He did what?
He sicked him on him.
He sure did. And boy, is that a change of pace from Scotty Steiner.
Yeah, you don't know what to hit when you got Rick out there. You know what I mean?
You don't know. It's a completely different style when Rick Steiner comes in. It really gets you off stride. But now at 7 feet tall.
Doesn't matter to Steiner.
Here comes Kevin Nash.
I'll tell you what, boys, this guy right here is an athlete.
You're looking in the eyes of one of the most dangerous men the sport's ever seen.
Without a doubt. Say it like it is.
Yes, it is.
Like it or not.
He's big and he's mean, and there's an elbow, and he's very effective. How many men can come in with 3 blows, put Rick Steiner face first on the mat? You're seeing one right there. There he goes again. 3 blows and a lariat, and Steiner is still down. And yes, with that ability, he has the right to showboat.
Confidence is running through his body right now. Picks up Steiner easy.
Maybe a battering ram. No, Steiner.
Shoved him off.
Shoved him off.
Got him up.
Him up. How about that? Doesn't matter how big you are.
Yeah.
There's always a suplex from the Steiners waiting for you.
And he's not trying to make a tag. He's going after him. Now he's going to make the tag.
Now here it comes. A lot of times we talk about 4 great athletes, 2 great teams. Who will have the best double teaming? Who will have the best teamwork? They could win here tonight. Reversal. Scotty Steiner goes in. He gets clipped from behind by Scott Hall.
Oh, he gets clipped from behind by...
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Someone in the 4th row, right side, catch Scott Steiner's head. Oh, my goodness. Man, that's worth seeing again sometime. That was incredible. And now that gives the outsiders the advantage here.
He whips him in right here, got him up now, went ahead and tried to hip toss him. Blocked that thing real good, got him up.
Choke slam by Scott Hall.
And Scott Hall, once again, trying to show him up. Look at this. The man is down, he wants to slap his face, and here comes the big man once again.
Yeah, stepping over the top rope, steadying his eyes too. You look at a guy's eyes and then you know what's going on in his mind, and I guarantee you, These guys are lethal when I'm talking about Hall and Nash of the New World Order, meaning so much tonight. What a role WCW is on.
What a pay-per-view this has been.
You know, let's think like maybe the outsiders would right here and what they're thinking. They know what WCW has done, combining Luger's win Monday night with what has happened tonight. They realize what is at hand for those two, combined with the fact that we have been saying for so many months that they shouldn't even be the champions, that the Steiners the rightful champions. So not only are these two going to try to win, they're going to try to show up and drive the Steiners down even further.
Yeah, but you've got to go ahead and all that rhetoric is good, and you're right, and you laid it out. But this is the one that counts right here. This one right here.
Starting to rev the engines. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Tried to pick him up for a slam, went behind him, got him up. See this?
Look at the power of Scott Hall. Right on the small of the back, he landed 1, 2, says Nick Patrick, but no. He was on the ropes, he stopped the count, he being Nick Patrick, saw that Scott Hall's foot was across the bottom rope that time.
No, Scott Hall's not backing off. He's making tags to Nash. They're in and out. They're not intimidated by the Steiners.
Oh, I tell you, when you strip all this clean, Brain,
yeah,
all this NWO double team,
go.
triple team, they are 4 of the finest
Hooked him
athletes
up.
ever in the sport. 1, 2, and we all knew we'd have a great tag team, man. This is what we want to see. This is all we want to see.
Good competition.
Good competition.
Yeah, if you're going to beat me in the middle of the
That's right. Back elbow.
And if you have to pull my tights to do it, don't.
Whatever, Brain.
Well, them
Another back
blows,
elbow.
them blows right there can take it out of you. So much power this big man has.
And Scott Steiner, we don't see this many times, but right now he's helpless.
He's been manhandled.
We don't see it at all. And now you're seeing at 7 feet tall, him stretch out that foot, put that foot against the side of the head.
His shoulders and arms on that man.
He's immense.
He's big too.
All that together. And there's another
right there again.
You can build condos on him.
I'm going to tell you what, taking the wind out of him too. Right there on that artery, hiated artery up there, whatever, you get that big old size 15, 17 boot up there, and you can't breathe, and plus that, guys are hitting you from the outside. It gets you in a situation where he's at right now, down flat on his back.
No tag, they switched. Good tag team.
Well, what is DiBiase now up there?
He's irate. DiBiase, you know emotionally how involved he is in this. I mean, what would it be for DiBiase to say, I got with the Steiners and I brought them back to the gold?
Oh.
Emotionally, not only brought him back to the gold, but brought him back to the gold against 2 men
that he knew so well.
Knew so well, right?
We put together.
You see this here, what tag team strategy? You see the leverage applied right there. He reached out there, and Nick Patrick in the position not to see him. You tell me these guys don't know what they're doing.
They better know what they're doing. There's an awful lot at stake here.
Reaching back again.
Once again, caught him right there.
Pulling on the, again on the arm, the extra added leverage here. And you know what they have been doing here with that foot to the face, pulling back the neck, and this abdominal stretch, they've been working on the back of Scott Steiner. Fans who've been following our sport over the past year know that is
got to begin with the leverage
of Scott Steiner here. And Scott Steiner just muscles him with a hip toss out of that, but missed an elbow.
Yeah, he's had a history of having a bad back. And that automobile accident they were in, that didn't do him any good.
Perpetrated by the outsiders.
And here we come right back in now with the big guy, Kevin Nash. Oh, man, what a blow that was.
Now, the secret to that blow was Scott Hall held the foot.
Held the foot, stretched out the spine is what he did that time by pulling on the foot. And now the knee. There you saw a good camera work that time right in the midsection of Scott Steiner. Here's a scoop slam.
With ease.
With ease. Oh, dropped him down again. Upper
like a
body,
javelin.
upper body, neck, back of Scott Steiner, but twisted, pulled, pounded each and every way here. And you wonder, Scott Steiner, how much more does he have? Has that been the central theme here? How much more do these guys have? Well, this is where the big boys play, so they have a lot
going
more.
Out after him. Smart move right there. Not the smart move by going out, but go ahead and get him off the apron. Referee with his back turned, DiBiase up, and Scott Hall stuffing the mud hole in him right in the middle of the ring.
And Scott Steiner basically being double teamed right here.
You know, it's Kevin Nash, maybe the strongest man in our sport.
Well, you know,
Next to the Giant.
and Lex
Luger.
Lex Luger, they torch you around.
Scott Steiner. Well, yeah, it's hard to tell anymore.
Well, Scott Steiner needs to make a tag. I guarantee you that's got to be going through his mind, besides just getting a real whipping right here from Scott Hall.
I haven't seen Steiner this much trouble.
No, I haven't either, Brain. It's a good point, but you notice how Scott came up with a right hand. He's still fighting. He's in the corner on the outsiders, but he is fighting out of the corner.
Well, he realizes where he is. He's got to get out of that neighborhood. He's got to get home. He's got to get home to his brother.
Great drop toe hold by Scott Hall. Good tag.
Right back in the
teamwork.
back. See that?
Right
what you talked about. Right back to the back, lower back, kidneys, call it whichever, vitals that they are. They got him broke down.
I'm in no means taking up for the NWO when I say this, but these two guys never needed to win the tag team belts by having them handed to them.
They could have beat you.
They could have beat you for it. They are that good.
Any day, any time.
And they are facing two of the best.
That can beat you any day, any time.
Any day, any time. That's what makes it so great. That's why this is the #1 sport in the world.
Well, you don't want to see a big tough guy against a wimp. You want to see competition.
You see that, man? Every opportunity that the referee turns his back, these two guys do what needs to be done, tagging in and out, getting in and out, giving the vital blows, and that's why the situation has turned in their favor right here tonight.
And as long as Scott Steiner's been in there, he hasn't been more than 4 feet from to get to his corner. He hasn't been any closer than that. They have kept him on their side of the ring.
All right, fans, you know, and guys, you know here as well, there always comes a time during a match when a guy, a great athlete, as DiBiase looks pretty concerned here.
Come on, Scott!
There always comes a time when a man, a great athlete, will get a second win. Could this be it? Scotty Steiner using his arms and his upper body
Oh, no, watch this.
to move Scott Hall over to pick him up and drop back.
Dropped him back with him now. Can he make the tag, guys? Can he make the tag?
Hall's close to tagging Nash.
Yes, he is.
He dropped,
Very close.
He dropped back, but by doing that, he put himself a long way away from his brother. There's a tag on one end. Scott Steiner is not going to make it, you're right.
Hey, watch it. Hold on.
And this is what Kevin Nash wants.
Yeah.
Wants them to be so close, be so frustrated, and sew them up, and then knock their teeth down their throat to boot.
You hit it right on the head, Tony. Boy, you hit that. You nailed that. That's true. Got
One,
him.
two,
It's over.
2 count, and that time, thought I heard a little bit of frustration out of the mouth of the big guy, Kevin Nash.
Well, you don't want him frustrated.
Well, not if you're Scott Steiner, you don't.
Once again, right back with that big foot. Right there in the neck.
Nick Patrick warning him.
Now he's getting on him a little bit.
Well, he should. I mean, they have been stretching, they have pushing the rules here. And they're in the corner again. Here we go again. Once again, the neck. We've seen this countless number of times. And a warning again by Nick Patrick.
Oh, man, there you go.
As you would say, Dreamy, hung him up on that one.
He hung him up. It's true, and he's got to get over there and make the tag now. You see DiBiase just a screaming and a hollering.
He's going the wrong way, though. He rolled the wrong way. He rolled at first toward Scott Hall, and now he has to even go back further. He has to roll to his left. Flop over one more time, Scott.
He's going to make the tag.
Here comes Scott Hall.
Scott Hall!
He'll make it. He'll make it.
Cut him off again.
Oh.
Wow. Tell you, this is as long as I've ever seen Scott Steiner in without a tag.
And this is as much punishment as I've ever seen him take.
Oh, that time slapped him, hit him in the side of the head. In the corner again. Reversal. Scott goes down.
Yeah,
That is Steiner.
any move that Scott Hall got him right there.
Oh,
This
boy.
could be it right here.
Right on the neck.
This is it here, guys.
On the neck it goes.
This is it right here.
Insulting Rick again.
What they do want to do is draw him in the ring so they can double team is what they want to do.
Well, you know when your partner's injured, how mad you can get. Think
Yeah.
about if your partner is
And they're brothers.
That's right. If your partner's your brother, how much madder you get. How about that? He
Yeah,
was
that'll-
going for the outsider edge,
That'll get you loose.
and
Belly to belly.
the belly out of nowhere.
Where does he get it from? Where does he reach down to?
It's that second win we talked about. He had enough to pull him up and over the top, but now does he have enough to go to the other side to make the tag?
And if he makes that tag to his brother Rick, somebody's going to get hurt. And it's not going to be Rick Steiner.
Scott crawling,
He's close.
being held by Scott Hall. Scott Hall needs to
Turn
reach
around and
out.
kick him.
It's easy to reach out if your partner's 7 feet tall to make a tag, because he can reach in.
Over half the ring just
That's
about.
right. You see how close Scotty is here. They're revving up the engines in Sturgis.
Make a
Trying to
tag.
rally the Steiners. He made a tag. That's a fresh, mad, dog-faced gremlin. And he's going to hit everybody and everything. Hall, Nash.
Now pick somebody up, baby. Oh, right outside he went.
Elbow drop. They're going to put him up top.
And this is giving Scott Steiner some momentum now.
Here you go, guys.
This could be it. If they can connect,
We're going to have new champions.
we're going to have new champions. Brain, you're right. Up on top.
He did connect.
That's it, guys. That's it.
1, 2.
Kevin Nash pulled Nick Patrick out of the ring.
He pulled Nick Patrick out.
Nick is ringing the bell.
Nick is asking for the bell.
He was bringing it from the floor.
Nick Patrick raises the hands of the Steiners. Nick Patrick raises the hands of the Steiners here.
Oh, man.
They were one count away from getting the pin. And
You know what?
DiBiase's got the belts. You know,
Take a look at this shot that's going on right here, though.
Oh, no.
we need to get the official word on this one.
The Red Sox taking the belt away from DiBiase.
Hey, guys. Nick Patrick rings the bell.
Oh, you know what I think? I think what happened is Patrick
No, you got it.
disqualified Nash.
Why did you wait all night? If you were in the squad there, it's going to benefit you.
I think there was a moment when Patrick realized what he did. Because as the rules state, you cannot win the belt on a disqualification. So yes, it's a win by the Steiners, but that is a big blow to WCW because we're not going to get the belts back here.